Yo, is this thing on? Is this thing on?
I can hear you loud and clear. Lima Charlie.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What's good, world? It's your man, Jeff A. Smith, jumping off once again on Jump Off Live. It's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on a Wednesday, so you already know what time it is. Welcome to episode number 10. This is our obligatory year-end review episode.
Episode X.
Yes.
X.
Throw your X's up. Throw your X's up. Definitely. So as always, you can tune in, like I said, each and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on our Jump Off Live YouTube channel. There you'll also find all of our past episodes. We got episodes 1 through 9, of course. We got the commercials broken out for you, and we have the Anything But series posted on there as well, too. All the latest and greatest stuff from Team Jump Off. Be sure to make sure you like and subscribe our YouTube channel as well, too. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. So
we have 66 right now.
Right. So we can officially get to youtube.com/Jump Off Live. Simple as that. Instead of X375J3, whatever.
6922 to the fifth power.
Exactly. You can also catch us on the Barn Burner Network and Zingo TV channel 250 by downloading those apps, which are available on the iOS and Google Play stores. If you're on the go, you can always listen to us on Spotify and Google Podcasts. Now, shout out to all the fans in the chat. As always, we really appreciate you, but be sure to keep your comments clean so we can post them on the screen.
What up, chat?
What up, chatty?
What up, chat?
All right. As always, I'm joined here by the rest of Team Jump Off. First and foremost, we have that dude named Dave. What's popping?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here. At the new year. I'll just keep it simple and quick because, I want to get to hear what you guys got to say tonight. But, hey, check us out on Boxing Now podcast on YouTube. That's about it.
Yes, sir. You've been on fire with that boxing podcast, man. I think 2021 is going to be a really good year for boxing and also for that podcast.
Oh, yeah. We putting content out. Oh, we got 2 episodes this week. We did a Ryan Garcia feature for his fight this weekend on DAZN, and we also did our year-end that dropped this morning.
That's what's up. Putting in work.
we all working here, black men working here trying to do this grind for 2021 here. Exactly. Throw 2020 out the window.
Exactly. All right, JD, what's good with you?
Hey, what's good? I don't know. Everything is good, man.
Bears gonna make the playoffs.
I don't know, but I'm representing for him tonight. hot as heck in this hat right now, but that's okay though. This might be my last chance to actually represent for him for the year. So
okay.
Might as well put on for him,
That's what's up.
I kind of look like a hobo though. Like
a hobo. I haven't heard that term in a while. You don't look homeless, JD.
Okay, cool. I look like I'm in need of a home, just not homeless.
Oh man. Last but not least, of course, we have the dangerous one, Johnny Dangerous. What's popping?
You. What up, everyone? Hey man, glad to be here.
Definitely.
Once again, jumping off live with my brothers, man.
Yes, sir.
It'll be a hot show. I'm excited because it's the last show of 2020 going into 2021. The last Jump Off Live show. Got another show that'll probably be happening real shortly. But glad to be here, man. I'm just ready, like that dude said. I'm just ready to get it popping, man. Let's go.
Yeah, I think it's poetic that our final Jump Off Live show of the year, we ended on a solid number 10. You know what I mean? So we started resumed the podcast back in October. We kind of, it wasn't, I guess you can say it was kind of on a whim. We have been talking about it loosely for years and years and years.
Hey, you stealing my thunder right now, man.
Oh, okay, never mind. Oh yeah, my bad. Pre-production. So yeah, this is really interesting. We ended on 10 episodes. That's I'm gonna leave it at that. let me give all of our listeners and viewers the lay of the land for this. As I got this term from JD, obligatory year-end review. We have to do a year-end review. That's what you're supposed to do when it's the last episode of the year. You have to recap the year. That's what the people say that you have to do. So let me go ahead and set the scene. So we're going to do this roundtable style where we're each going to contribute and discuss and highlight the good, the bad, and the absurd from 2020. Good, bad, absurd. And absurd will be, in our fun category, aka effed up news. So a lot of absurd things happened in 2020, to say the least. So we ready to kick it off, fellas?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're gonna start off with the good. And while we're doing this, feel free in the chat to, of course, chime in with feedback based upon what we're talking about, or if you have your own stories or things you want to highlight, feel free to do that as well too. So let's start off with the good of 2020, and I'll go ahead and kick it off. You guys cool if I do that?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. So for me, from my perspective, rather, a highlight or a good thing about 2020 was quarantining, and that's maybe somewhat controversial. Quarantining or having to quarantine, at least for me, was initially the perspective of it was initially pretty stressful because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how this whole thing was gonna go. But one thing that I've learned and seen now in hindsight, a lot of positive things happen out of the whole quarantine phase for me personally. So I got to spend a ton of extra quality time with my family, which was wonderful. Got a lot of, especially with my daughter and my wife, just really that one-on-one time with them, having conversations about what's going on in the world, and just having the depth and level of conversations and interactions that we were having were ones that I know would not have happened if we weren't in quarantine, because it really forced you to kind of face certain realities and put things in a whole different perspective. So that was really, really something that came out of quarantine that was very positive for me. Another thing for me out of quarantine was getting my health right. I've always been over the last, I would say, 5 to 7 years, I've really focused on becoming healthier. But with this one, I quit the gym like a lot of people probably did because they shut down anyway. And I built my gym at home. And since I built the gym at home, I had no excuses. I had to go, I was like, let me focus, let me lock in, let me go hard. It's much easier to say I don't want to drive to the gym as it is to say I don't want to go downstairs and lift these weights. So I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit. So I always set yearly goals for working out, and this year I exceeded. I worked out 300 days this year. So that's like, I always set. I started back in when was this? Like 2012. I tried to work out like 30% of the year. Then I went to 40%. Then I went to 50%. And last year I got up to 70% of the year. This year I worked out 82% of the year as far as amount of days. Wow. So that really, So that's something I was really, really happy and proud of that I was able to do because of quarantine. And then I was also able to monitor my food intake a lot easier, going to grocery shopping and gathered the little food scale and stuff like that. So that helped me to get my health on track as well. A few other things, sleep. I've always been a big proponent of sleep. I've never been on Team No Sleep. I think JD has been on Team No Sleep a couple of times. He probably still is.
Man.
So I got to get my 8 hours. So I've been, averaging those 8 hours, and that's definitely helped me to get through as well. Meditation and prayer is something that I've kicked up a notch and made it something that's like a daily practice. Again, it's easier. I work from home too, so it's easier to set those times to be able to set aside and do those things. And all this stuff that I just named, this long laundry list of stuff that I've accomplished during quarantine, has really led to internal peace for me, which is, in my opinion, the most important thing that you can have above all else. Because when you have that internal peace, everything else either falls into place, or those external things that may be challenging or frustrating to you don't get to you as much when you already have that internal peace and that internal joy. So that was my good for 2020.
That was beautiful, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Beautiful and inspired.
Man, very introspective there.
There it was, man.
Yeah, tried to set the show off on the,
Make you want to play a common CD right now.
The light.
Yes.
I never knew a love like this.
There are times when you need someone. I'll be by your side.
I wasn't expecting all that.
Oh no.
Even
There is a light.
That was almost as bad as JD's jokes last episode.
Oh my god.
Don't hate.
Facts.
Wow.
All right, I'm sorry.
Shady look like a killer right now.
Oh man.
Bear
down.
He fits the profile.
Oh,
I'm not a killer, but don't push me.
Oh man.
Okay.
I know
You went from common to Pac.
I know, right?
To drop
The hard word in them seeping out.
Always.
I lived around the block from you, so I know. We both be dead in this mother.
Right.
But I'm gonna kill you first before you kill me. Go ahead. Who next?
I can go next, I guess.
Go ahead, Jay.
I would say the good for 2020 is as Jeff alluded to earlier today, is Jump Off Live coming back, man. Everybody who's rocking with us now, I don't know if you all have necessarily rocked with us when we started doing this way back when. But you know, the genesis was us all hanging out on a trip going to Las Vegas, you know, many moons ago. And you know, we all vibed, we got along well. And you know, at certain points we would just sit there, you know, in between sessions and just like, you know, crack jokes, just, you know, sit back, shoot the breeze. You know, it was real easy between the four of us. And once we finished, we was like, man, you know, maybe we should do this. Like, we should try to do something like this. So we put the show together. It was a totally different format. You know, a decade ago, people had different sort of ideas and thoughts, but you know, we were doing the recorded thing, and then we started doing live stuff, and then, you know, we had a split screen before everybody even knew what a split screen was, man. And you know, the show just kind of fizzled out. I think all of our lives got complicated for a little bit. We all had different things going on, so we just stopped doing it. And like Jeff said, October, and I think before then though, everybody kind of got the little bit of the itch, man. At least for me, you know, I made sure I showered, so it wasn't because of that. But I started feeling like, you know, my creative juices weren't flowing the way I wanted them to flow. So we actually put everything together and said, like, man, you know, let's get the Jump Off back going again. And we all said that if we're gonna do it, we're gonna commit to going hard for at least another year and seeing where it leads, you know, where it leads to. And needless to say, our success and everything has been beyond what we had imagined to be, you know, 10 episodes in, and, you know, have sponsorships flowing in, and, you know, on satellite TV each and every week. I believe this weekend, it's not going to be on New Year's. They just changed it, but this weekend they're going to be running on Zingo TV, Barn Burner Network. They're going to be running our show for 10 consecutive hours. So all 10 of the episodes or actually all 11 of the episodes, including episode 0. So they're all going to be shown on the network, you know, running all day, a marathon. So needless to say, we're thankful and grateful for everyone who is rocking with us. And I know that we have so many big things coming up in the future, and 2021 can't get here fast enough, because, you know, as bad as 2020 was, I think we ended it in a real good way.
That's what's up, man.
Well said. Well said, man. And I stand corrected. We did have an episode 0, so this is not the 10th episode. It's episode 10, but it's not the 10th episode. 10, if that makes sense.
Technically 11.
You do the math.
Yeah.
We talked offline. That 0 don't count, right?
Were you on Mathletes, Jeff?
I was. I still got the shirt. I should probably wear the shirt next week. I still got the shirt.
You got your t-shirt?
Huh?
You still got your t-shirt from Mathletes?
Oh yeah, I still got my Mathletes t-shirt. I still got my. Go ahead.
No, what's huge is that you can still fit it, right?
Yeah, that's back when I would wear my clothes big too. So it actually is kind of big on me.
Hey man, that is huge. That you know, that's one of the best things of 2020. The fact that you can wear a shirt from what, 99, 98, 97?
Yeah.
You can still fit that shirt. Most of our classmates, shout out to our classmates that are, but you probably can attest that you cannot wear the same clothes, let alone a t-shirt that you used to wear back in high school, right?
Hey, I could wear the same clothes that I wore in 1999, but I don't know if they're gonna fit right.
But you can still put them on.
I mean, technically, I can wear them.
I got one.
That's a low bar.
I got one from 95. I still rock, guys. My cross country shirt. 95 still growing strong, baby.
Wow. I thought you were gonna say cross color shirt.
Oh yeah, I got a cross color story, but I won't do that right now.
No, I got a feeling. Don't do it.
No, it's actually inspirational.
Oh wow! If you know what cross colors is in the chat, put a fist up.
A black fist. No, I'm just joking.
One time, that good thumb. Hey man, I guess I'll go, man. I'm trying to keep mine short, but I'm very, very thankful this 2020 year, even though so much stuff has happened. The biggest thing that I'm thankful for is being able to spend time with my family. A lot of what I say is probably going to be an echo of what these guys just said, just because, you know, we share, you know, when I sit back, I feel like I'm watching the show as a viewer, you know, and I'm inspired by these guys. So I'm definitely grateful and happy that I was able to spend time with my family. Time is something that's priceless. Time is something that you cannot buy. You can't purchase time. And I'm grateful that I was able to take something that is priceless and apply it in 2020, even though all this negativity was around. I took that negative energy and I transformed it into something positive in the best way I knew how, and that was to spend time with my family. Also very grateful that I've been able to spend time with the Lord, building my spiritual relationship with God, spending a lot of time at random times throughout the day and the night when everybody's sleeping, talking with God, man, and listening from God. And then he's really been filling me up, filling my cup up, that it runneth over, not with wolf wine, but wisdom, with insight in the future, with faith, with strength, with power, you know, with humbleness and humility. He's been filling me up with so many different things, man, and I'm so grateful for that. I feel prepared for anything that's going to occur in 2021 because I've been able to spend time building my relationship with God, and that says a lot. So, you know, we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We don't know everything that 2021 is going to bring, you know, but life happens, and the same wind blows on us all. The wind of opportunity, the wind of defeat, the wind of discouragement, the wind of depression. It blows on us all. But Jim Rohn said, it's the setting of our sail that determines our destination. And so I like to think that this year in 2020, I've set my sail and God has been the wind behind it. And he's taken me to places that I've never been before spiritually, which has been able to translate into the natural realm. And not only have I been able to do things for myself, but to do things for other people. And I feel really good about that. What else? I'm thankful for you, brothers. I'm happy that 2020 brought us all back together on this particular platform. And because of this, it's been not only, you know, it's so many great things around this here, but it's giving me an opportunity to have an outlet to explore my gifts, my talents, and to fine tune them, and to bring y'all these dope, fiery sponsorship commercials in collaboration with JD and you know, all these other people, Do You and Quarantine Corey and Flintstone and all of that, you know. And so that's what I'm happy about. That's what's been good about 2020. And with that, I'm gonna turn it over to you, Dave.
Okay. Oh man, you guys said so many things here. I can't repeat it, so I guess mine's got chopped down to like 1% right now. But for this year, one of the things that I'm in, you guys know, I send you guys pics, but I don't really talk about it. I'm really a car guy. But the problem with being a black man in a car world is ain't no black man out there. So representation matters. So I'm out here doing my little thing by myself. And then, like I said, when we're in our own little group chat, and when it finally came about, it was September when it finally, you know, hit the fan. You know, we started in October, but September when the conversations was like, all right, this is actually happening right now. And you guys just don't know, with me being at the barbershop, I was like, man, okay, cool. Because you go, I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but it is a completely different world when you see these people and their cars, but you're the only person there, and it's the interaction is not the same. And like I said, representing matters in TV. It matters here when we're doing our show here. It matters in all walks of life, in entertainment or in the business world, and also here when you're interacting with your people. And sometimes you need your people, and you guys are my peoples. So the fact that we got that conversation going, we kicked this off, that's the good right there. I didn't need anything else. I mean, we had a whole bunch of the stuff here, but that right there gave me purpose. Is like, hey, I get to interact with these guys here that we met like 10 years ago, like JD said at that trip. And that was actually my 30th birthday. Woo, long time. Long time. You know, so just be able to have that conversation alone was good enough for me. But the fact that we already, 10, 11 episodes, whatever, how many, I don't care about the number anymore. But the fact that we're here right now, that's what's up. And everything else is just gravy for me. I ain't got that much to add.
Oh, that's enough, man. That's enough, brother.
Well said. Well
yeah,
said.
one more. I would be remiss if I didn't say this. I am happy that I was able to link up with a lot of my military brothers and sisters that are actually doing right now. Cats like JR, Lee, Dasha. I was able to link up with my man, Hambone. All these military. Stacy. They're all watching now. They become fans of our show, viewers. And I'm very happy about that, man. I had a conversation with those cats. We did a Zoom call a couple weeks ago, and it was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous. My face was hurting at the end of that conversation, just laughing, talking about old memories. Jeff, I forget a lot of things. So when those memories come back, jog them.
Yeah, you forget them jokes, man.
Oh my goodness. So yeah. I had to say that.
That's what's up. Excellent. I have a quick question. We didn't handle this in pre-production, so I just want to ask it on the air. So we were toying back and forth with whether or not we're going to do an after party tonight. Is that something that we still are kind of leaning towards, or we want to see what people in the chat say throughout the show to see if we determine if we want to do an after party, or what are you guys' thoughts?
I say we leave it to the fate of the audience.
Okay.
To the listeners.
Yeah.
Okay. If they want to kick it with us afterwards, we can keep the party going.
Okay. We'll talk about it a little later on in the show. For those of you who don't know, we did this. Was that last week the first time?
Yeah.
I believe it was last week. Yeah. We had an after party where we have a separate link that we post on YouTube. I'm not sure how quick you'll be able to do that, JD or Dave.
It's really fast.
Okay. So we can post a separate
browser.
Okay. We can. Straight. Cool. So we can post a separate link on YouTube where after the show ends at 9 p.m. we switch to a different stream, YouTube Live still, and it's an after party, but it's uncensored. No masks are allowed, and we curse and we do whatever. So it's not the barn burner Zingo TV network edition of Jump Off Live. It's the uncensored version. So if you all want to stay on with us for another 30 to 45 minutes after the show is over, let us know in the chat, and we'll get that taken care of towards the end of the show. So I'll check back in with that a little later on. So
if I'm not too tired, it's past my bedtime, old guy over here, I don't know if I can stay up that late.
Well, just in case I wore my
I ain't been to the club in a minute,
I wore my Bruce Lee party shirt just in case.
The
DJ shirt.
I got a Bruce Lee question for you later, Jeff. Thank you for wearing that. Oh my God.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. But yeah, so let us know in the chat if you would like to attend an after party. If so, great. Let us know. We'll get it popping. If nobody's interested, then that's fine. We'll just do it another time.
I just go to bed,
Yeah, exactly. So are we ready for this week's sponsor?
Yeah.
I think is this a new one or is this a replay?
It's JD. It's traditional. It's traditional. Yeah. It's traditional. I think it's the festivities, given the time of the season and the year it is.
Okay.
More of a traditional. Would you agree, JD?
I would.
Have I seen it? Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking.
No. It's pretty festive.
No,
oh goodness.
This one.
Oh man. All right, you got it queued up, that dude.
I think I do.
All right, run it.
Go.
Stay tuned.
On my farm, we got trucks and ducks and stuff. We got tractor trailers, corn and potatoes on my farm. On my farm. Well, hello there, neighbors. Guess who's back with a new hot track? Yep, you guessed it. Me, Flintstone, your favorite country music maniac. I'm here to bless you with another one of my grandmaster masterpieces. It's Christmas time, which means everyone is gathered around that big green Christmas tree. I prefer mine to be made out of nothing but raw mistletoe, because I'm just a little mannish, that's all. So look here, my album includes hits you ain't never heard, like On My Farm, Racing to Put Out Your Flaming Heart. Truth be told, Santa ain't really real. Don't touch me with those cold feet. who left a squig of orange juice in the fridge. That baby don't look nothing like me. And the hottest duet on the circuit, featuring the self-famous Master Do You. Who's finessing my Christmas blessing? Do You was able to convince Flint and his whole record label that I could sing. Told you I can train anybody to believe any damn thing. I hope they can't hear me right now. Is this mic on? What? But I want to make sure I share the sweet savor mesquite sounds of my melodic and harmonious music. Bet you can't say that fast 5 times without tripping up. Yep. Hoy! Get under a mistletoe tree with you? What do I look like? A goofy? Hell to the no. Just in case you missed it, folks. Well, here it is again. The only place you can get it is right here on Jump Off Live. Flintstone's greatest Christmas misses. Let's get cozy and come on sit under this here Christmas mistletoe and catch some Flintstones musical kisses. It'll have you smitten as a high on catnip kitten. Jump off!
Wow.
3 words for you on that one. I was dying laughing from the beginning. Country music maniac. He said. Country music maniac?
That's what he is.
I wonder what prompted him to use the word maniac.
You got to imagine Flintstone is very self-aware.
Yeah, I think he's a sociopath.
Yeah, he could be considered that to some, you know. But to himself, he's a maniac. He loves music. He loves being country. You know, what you think, JD?
Yeah, I mean, just being able to have conversations with him and actually be able to feature him in the video was was pretty cool. We actually got had to do a lot of wrangling to get Do You to appear in it as well. So I'm just glad that we can get these guys to show up and to show out, I saw the phone number, call 1-800-JUMP-OFF. Operators aren't standing by, but you can still call the number, I think.
Yeah, I think with that, in order to call that, you have to use a calling card to call that number.
Right. Exactly.
A calling card at the gas station?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got it's called a recollect call. That's what you got.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that is a pager number. So.
Yeah.
Can't use a smartphone either. You got to use a rotary phone or a pay phone. You cannot use a smartphone. If you have a flip phone, no screen on it, you can use that as well.
Okay, no screen.
If you can play Snake on your phone, you can use that phone.
Oh, like the old Nokia phones. I can use that one, right?
Yep.
Or that tennis, that ping pong game where you got ball.
Pong, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pong? I think maybe.
Now,
I know normally on the commercials, I typically give you guys kind of a hard time. Flintstone is very near and dear to me because he made his debut on our show. He's one of our OGs. He sang on our show back in like 2010, 2011. So much respect for this. I didn't know he was out here getting this, sponsor game up and cross collaborating like that. So I really respect that. And I know I had never met him in person, but it's uncanny to me how much he looks like Samuel L. Jackson. I didn't really. I don't
get that at all.
Oh, that's weird.
I like his hair. I mean, he's
not a
silky
finger for Samuel L. to you all. Or?
Nah, you know what they say about black people.
Oh, look like.
Oh,
okay, okay.
Yeah.
His hair was silky though; it was flowing, man. I don't know. Hey, John, when you get a chance, we need to find what products he's using.
Soul Glow.
Soul Glow, really?
Yeah. Soul Glow. Yep.
I wonder will he be featured in the upcoming sequel to Coming to America?
He said you got to keep watching Jump Off Live to find out if he will be in that movie that's coming out soon.
Okay. So, and we can't seem to shake Do You, but I mean, as long as he's cutting them checks, I guess.
Damn near every episode, ain't he?
Yeah. He's a
Hey, John, I got a special request, John.
What's up, man?
Does he do like concerts? Like, can you book him right now? He's been in the game for like a decade, so I know his fan base is crazy. Yeah, because he was on the show back in 2010. And I didn't know he was still doing his thing grinding, and maybe we could do like a virtual concert series with him.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because one of our residential viewers, JR, mentioned that that he could see Flintstone doing a versus.
Oh,
so folks, make sure you stay tuned to Jump Off Live. See a versus battle with Flintstone and somebody else.
I already have an opponent that I can think of.
Who?
Flintstone versus the Flintstones.
Oh no.
The battle of Flint.
That's a rough one. That's a rough
battle
one.
of the Stones.
Who's the real
game? Real game.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Never mind. That didn't
with the crickets, man.
Yeah, it's all good.
I got it.
Okay.
Got, man? What?
Oh, you got the joke.
Oh, you got the joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got you. That dude got the joke too. Mm-hmm. He just felt like
hey, sometimes the crickets hit too. Just because it came don't mean that it went.
Hilarious. All right, but I like that. I like that ad. That's a good one. We're gonna have to run that one back.
It meets your approval?
Yeah, I'm you guys are winning me over. You guys are winning me over.
Oh wow.
Slowly but sure.
Just like we want more about that pork chop sandwich. Man, just the steps keep coming.
Before you know it, you're gonna be sucking down chitlins, bro.
Mm-hmm. Hog maws and pig feet.
With a straw.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta suck
me
real
like
hard.
that commercial has nothing to do with me renouncing my vegetarianism.
You gotta start somewhere.
Sucking down chitlins. That don't even sound. Hey man, speaking of sucking down chitlins, let's get to the next segment. The bad of 2020. So we already did the good, the bad of 2020. So
I feel like it was kind of a lot of bad.
Hell, a lot of bad.
Yeah, but we made it.
Where do we begin?
Right.
So for me, the bad that I have, or the one thing that I was able to kind of crystallize and want to focus on for this conversation was the level of division that still exists in this country. So I know, and we all know that we've been a country divided for dozens, decades, hundreds of years since the inception of the country. But I really believe that with the advent of social media, smartphones, everything that we have, everything has been on full display. So division this year, I think, is something that's been just full display. And this was the year in my opinion, and I say this with the Black Lives Matter hat on. This was the year of taking sides from many different perspectives. Cool. So politically taking sides. So as everybody obviously knows, this presidential race. And not even the presidential race. Well, besides that, everything from a political standpoint was just knocked down, drag out, just dirty fighting, your local elections and everything like that. So politically, it was just very, very divisive. And in the past, there's been times where I may like one candidate and not like another candidate and stuff like that. But I haven't never seen this on this much of a display. People proudly, you know what I'm saying, for better or for worse, standing by who they support through thick and thin, you know what I'm saying, no matter what the ramifications are. So that's one. Pandemically, and this is kind of an offshoot of politically, I feel like the pandemic was politicized a lot of ways, to the point where people wouldn't wear masks just because they thought it was an infringement on their political rights or their
anti-maskers.
Rights. Yeah, these anti-maskers. So even the pandemic became a divisive thing.
Well,
does it exist? Does it not exist? Can Black people get COVID? Oh, we found out they can get COVID. You know what I'm saying? So just so many different things that happen from a divisive standpoint with the pandemic too. And then the last thing that goes without saying is just racial division. That's still is something that's just as strong and just as prevalent now as it has been in the history of our country. I feel like from a racial perspective that there was some I came away with some hope this year from a race perspective, simply because there were so many people who were not black who were supporting the black movement, the Black Lives Matter movement. And I think that having that coalition of the willing and multicultural coalition is going to help to really push and affect change as it relates to civil rights in this country. So just division, man, throughout this whole year on so many different levels. It's like everybody was gang, and they had to pick a side. They had to pick what gang they was, and they had to rep it.
What sets you claiming?
Right. What set you claim? Like I said, you know, I could be called hypocritical for saying all this with a Black Lives Matter hat on, because that's something that I you know represent and that I support. However, I'm not a divisive person. At least I try not to be. So, yeah, division, no math, no crickets, Dave.
No. I was going to throw a log division corny joke, but no, I'm not on that.
You had to cricket yourself after that.
Yes, I did. I should cricket myself. So.
You keep his finger on the button, on the cricket button.
That's for me, guys.
You want to go ahead, JD?
Yeah, actually, my worst of 2020 is sort of just happened. I won't say it's necessarily the all-time worst, but just when you thought the year was over, here comes Anthony Quinn Warren deciding to blow up Tennessee. First off, just reading about the story, I was like, what is this? What is this? There's so many times where I feel like, you know, we've gotten past the point of terrorism almost. Like it's like it fades to the background, especially in 2020. There's been so much stuff going on that the last thing I would have thought would have happened was a terrorist attack. I guess that's why it's the best time to do it. But I would like to highlight domestic terrorism because I feel as though there are so many when we have an opportunity as a country to rally behind the flag or rally behind patriotism, we are very quick to do that usually. I don't really see the same response for this 60 some odd year old man who decided to set off a bomb. Like where's the response? Where's the outrage? I feel like our news cycle rotates so fast that we've almost rotated past this. And that makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. Yeah, the death toll wasn't large. The injury toll wasn't large. But just because you don't have the ultimate, worst thing happen doesn't mean that these people shouldn't be focused on. The fact that there was a police report filed by the man's girlfriend, months and months and months in advance, saying that he had things that were, he was building things in his RV. Like, man, somebody should have did something. Like, I hate finding out about these things after the fact. Like, it's bad enough that they happen, but then to know that things could have been prevented. And like I said, yeah, the ultimate the ultimate ending of it was not something that was crazy. There wasn't a huge death toll or anything like that. But it's only a matter of time, and these things will continue to happen. There are a lot of unhappy people in this country, a lot of unhappy people. And I think that going into 2021, it should be each person's goal to try to relieve some of that divisiveness. And I know I've tried to do that myself. There are a lot of people who watch this show that may not believe the things that I say, the things that we say as a group. But that does not mean that I have to hate you as a person. That does not mean that I have to dislike you as a person. We can have differing opinions on everything, but I can still love and care for you as a person. So my bad and worst for this year is yet another situation. I'm tired of situations. I'm tired of things. It just seems like it's never ending at certain points. But the only thing I can tell everybody to do is stay vigilant and to, stay prayed up and to stay on top of the things that you can stay on top of and be vigilant, man. You got to watch. You got to be aware. You don't want to get caught slipping.
Man, well said, bro. Well said.
Most definitely.
Said a lot of good things there. For me, a lot of bad things happened in 2020. Some bad things happen. I guess that most people would look at and see as bad. In my circle as well. I'm not going to talk about them. You'll read about them one day, and in my new book, it's going to be co-signed by Do You. So I'll talk about that at some point in time in the future. But I would have to say, in its simplistic form, a bad thing that occurred in 2020 is because we have to wear masks. You can't see people's organic smiles. You can't see their natural expressions. You don't know who's smiling at you. Sometimes, because so many people do like to smile, you're passing them in a grocery store or on the street or wherever. Because people do like to smile, they'll smile anyway, and then they'll tell themselves, man, how stupid that was of me. They can't even see me smile. It's a lot of people that have thought like that. I've thought like that.
Me too, definitely.
Too, right? It's really a sad thing because smiles say a lot about a person, especially when maybe an elderly person crosses someone like myself. I may one day have a button-up shirt or a suit on, and the next day have a hoodie on with a skull cap and some jewelry on. And it's easy to look at somebody and judge them and think all these different things about them, good, bad, or indifferent. But unfortunately, living in the world that we live in, a lot of times we think of bad things when we see people dressed or looking a certain way, unfortunately. However, a smile could alter all of that. A smile could let someone know that, hey, you're a friend. A smile could let someone know, hey, I'm here to protect you if something happened. I like to give that type of energy off to people if we're in a public place, to let them know, hey, I'm a friend. They have no idea that I served in the military as a police officer. They have no idea that I served 3 tours in the Middle East. They have no idea that I would gladly place my life on the line to defend anybody around me, because that's just in me. That's who I am. And so a smile sometimes goes a long way and speaks volumes. And because of 2020, and because of this terrible pandemic, and because we have to wear these masks, and folks, we should be wearing these masks, but it covers up our expression. It covers up that simple thing that we call a smile, which on most people is beautiful. Whether you got teeth or not, it says a lot about you. And so I think that's the worst thing, one of the worst things that happened here in 2020, that we can't see people's organic smiles and their expressions.
Yeah, man, that you really you brought it with that one, man. That's something that I'll be at the store because I usually smile at people, like somebody's walking by. I say, "Hey, how you doing?" or whatever, and I do catch myself like they don't see me smiling.
Yeah. Like, you got to smile with your eyes now.
Yeah. If I pull the mask down and show the smile, that's gonna look like a demented. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. You got to go crazy with your eyebrows. And then they really think something about you, right?
Right. You're like, I'm smiling right now. You just can't see it.
You just can't tell. I want to encourage everybody that's a smiler, keep smiling regardless.
Yeah.
Because one day we'll be able to take these masks off. Don't let the mask or this pandemic or 2020, anything that happened, stop you from being who you are, especially if you're a good person that likes to do good things and that likes to smile. Keep smiling regardless. Stay in that practice. Keep that muscle memory going, because one day we won't have to wear the mask again.
Exactly. And if you're a bad person, keep the mask on.
Keep that mask on. That let us know.
Yep.
Hey, you bad.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If you ugly too, keep that. I'm just playing.
Hey, you know, so
divisiveness.
Yeah. But you know what, though? People in that category, they came up with that, though. Can't see them like that no more until it's too late.
Oh, goodness.
That dude.
Yes. You guys had so many points, and one of my points for the bad was actually brought out by James in the chat, and it wasn't even low-key. It was just so many people who I grew up with, people who I actually interact with, people who I actually be at work, or former co-workers who are racist. It allowed them to speak their mind. They were just open about it. I mean, flat out. Like, these were people like, I'm not talking about people who I probably known for like a few months. Like, oh my God, no, I'm talking about people who I've known since like 1984, 1985. Like, there is a subset of people that I follow on Facebook where it's like a coalition. How we all grew up together from kindergarten to first grade on, living out here in I grew up in Bolingbrook, Illinois. And that was really a melting pot in the 80s for the kids that grew up there. And then to see so many people you grew up with over 35 years ago and then have the viewpoints that they have, and you literally tell them, if you really feel this way, we can't be cool. And what you mentioned, Jeff, about the divisiveness here, how do you have to separate yourself from a situation where you know that they're a detriment to your livelihood, to how you live. And this is what we are in 2020 and 2021. The bad is that we lost friends, but actually they weren't really our friends. They were wearing masks. They were covering up what they really felt about us. And so now that's opened up now. But they wear this hat, to showcase who they really are. And that's fine though. I respect the people who let me know up front, then hide behind my back. So at least I know where you stand, even though it's sad that you feel that way. So that's the bad on that, because you literally are looking at your past, and your past is not real to a degree. It's real, but it's like it wasn't real when you see those people, because you know the real of them now. So that's the bad, knowing that, being a black man, knowing how people actually really feel about you when you thought that some people were different. And it's like, wow, it harms your psychologically think that, are they all the same? And we know that that's not the case, but every once in a while we get those doubts, so that's the bad, when you actually have to look sideways and think, man, does he really feel that way?
So true, man. So true, Dave. Like that's one of the reasons why I'm not even on Facebook anymore. Like, I post about the show, that's about it. Like it's so many people show they behind. Like, I mean, and like you said, people who you were like, you rock with. Oh, and man. I was just like, it blew my mind, man. It blew my mind.
Class pictures. Like, if you come to my house, I still have all my class pictures, and some of them have reposted on Facebook. 84, 85, 86, 87, wearing the janky horizontal, t-shirts with the colors, like wearing the long tube socks. Like, we all in the sandbox together. And then it's like, yo, you really hate me? I threw you touchdown passes and you hate me?
Right? We built sandcastles together. Right. And you hate me?
We played basketball till 11 o'clock at night, and then we got ran off our neighbor's yard. But because my skin color, you don't rock with me like that?
Hey,
but you know what though? It lets me know that life is nothing but a rerun. Nothing's changed. It's just a new recycled show.
Except for Jump Off Live.
Yeah. We change every week.
Yeah, we knew every week.
Hey, fresh show every Wednesday, 8:00 Central Time.
Exactly.
No matter if it's a holiday or whatever, we here, baby. We here. A lot of people on break right now. A lot of people taking vacation right now. We don't vacate. We here to stay, baby.
We stay K.
Preach, John.
We stay day.
Say it again.
Exactly. I want to see if we can get to this absurd. We got about 8 minutes left with the show. Real quick, if anybody wants to join an after party, just type in after party in the chat. Just say after party with a whole bunch of exclamation points in the chat. If you want to join us for an after party. Yeah, just say after party. All right. So the absurd of 2020. I'll kick it off. I'm gonna try to spend like 2 minutes per story. So this is saw this on Hot New Hip Hop. So GoDaddy is facing public criticism after sending employees a fake holiday bonus. The internet domain company GoDaddy has come under fire after sending out an email to its employees offering a holiday work bonus that ended up being fake. The email was a test to teach employees not to click on phishing attempts, that's phishing with the PH, from potential hackers. Happy holiday, GoDaddy. 2020 has been a record year for GoDaddy. Thanks to you, the email read. Though we cannot celebrate together our annual holiday party, we want to show our appreciation and share a $650 one-time holiday bonus. To ensure that you receive your one-time bonus in time for the holidays, please select your location and fill in the details by Friday, December 18th. Ken Colburn of Data Doctors told 12 News that this is an important type of test for companies to run to prevent potential breaches of security. The line-level employees in the company have always kind of been the prime targets for hackers, he said. Getting them to be really much more suspicious, that's an important task. But doing it in a way that's not going to upset the employees is equally as important. Regardless, offering a fake holiday bonus is a bad look for GoDaddy, which announced company-wide layoffs earlier this year. So they were trying to do some data breach testing, seeing if folks would click on suspicious emails, which is also called phishing with a PH as opposed to an F. And this phishing email was letting employees know they were going to get a bonus. So they okey doked them, man. And I think that's absurd to tease a bonus while we're in the pandemic, while people are struggling. You could have used a different phishing example. We have phishing examples at our company, and it has nothing to do with offering a bonus. So I thought that was absurd to do that to your employees, to dangle that $650 right in front of their face like that.
Right.
There's been a lot of things going on. 600.
Yeah, a lot of sixes, huh?
Yeah, a lot of sixes. Like of the beast there.
Can we be honest? They really fell for that one. We do phishing exercises all the time, and I see them emails. I'm like, man, give me no money. I hit delete or send it. That's like, yo, this is an exercise. They really fell for the 6.
But that dude, you gotta realize there's a lot of people out here that's thirsty. They hungry too.
But these are work emails, bro. You see your work emails, like, man, they tripping today.
True,
that's what I see it.
True, but people like, man, with all the money that's not coming in and all the money that could come in, they're taking advantage of opportunities with whichever way that it come, especially if it just involves them typing in, their location. I'm just speaking on their behalf. I'm not saying that I would have done it. I'm from Harvey World.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, John, would you fell for that email?
Harvey World
all the time.
Hilarious. All right, what else we got for absurd? And we got about 4 after parties, so I guess we're doing an after party. So our IT department, make sure you figure out what we got to do.
Why gotta be IT?
I'll break it down. I'll break it down real quick. Everybody, once the show is over with, we're gonna end this broadcast. It's gonna take us about 2 minutes to whip up another broadcast. Go to JumpOff Live on YouTube. Search for JumpOff Live, and you will be able to get on our channel and click on the link for the after party.
Yep, what he said. Shout out to Katie, Jelly of the Month Club. We watched Christmas Vacation a few days ago, man. That's hilarious. I want my balls here right now in my living room. All right, what else we got?
I got one.
Right,
I can rattle it off real quick. Okay. Basically, here's a list of sex partners that celebrities had.
After party or no? Okay.
What?
It's cool. Celebrities, yeah. Their number.
Run that.
How many bodies?
How many bodies they got? Real quick, I'm gonna go through some of them. Mariah Carey, she said that she's a prude and proud of it. She's only had 5.
Okay.
Do you believe it or not?
Not.
I don't know Mariah.
Lamar Odom, former LA Laker, over 2,000. Believe it or not?
I believe it. Yeah, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones, over 4,000.
Yep. Facts. Yeah, big facts.
He probably
Charlie Sheen, over 5,000. Do you believe it or not?
Yeah. No A. Hands clean.
Lindsay Lohan, actress, 36. Believe it or not.
36 what?
36 what? Yeah,
that's her number.
Men, women.
Like, I don't know. It doesn't say all that. It's just got that number.
Everybody.
Bro, her last name is Lohan.
I'm going to over. If I'm a bedman, I'm going the over.
Okay. Dennis Rodman, 2,000.
I'm going the over.
Yeah.
That was a 97 alone.
Yeah.
Okay. Gene Simmons of Kiss, 4,800.
Oh, that was in the 80s.
That's about right.
That's big facts.
Yeah.
Anna Faris, actress, she says 19.
Anna Faris?
That's one. That's the comedian, right?
Yep. No. She's an actress.
She's an actress.
I mean, like, she's funny though.
I'll give that a hard push.
Okay,
I take the under on that one.
Okay.
I don't even know who she is.
Amy Schumer, comedian, 29.
Oh no, that's over. She gets down.
I think it's down.
Yeah.
No, Wilt Chamberlain, 20K.
That's crazy.
20K.
That's crazy, man.
I still believe it.
What was that?
It was 10K the last time I heard. So
it was 20. I still believe it's 20. I think it's 25 actually.
Okay, let me read this real quick and then I'll end it. It says, yes, that's correct. 20,000 different ladies. At my age, that equals out to having sex with 1.2 women a day every day since I was 15.
Not bad.
Come on, man. Dirty.
No, I was say a comment, but I gotta remember we're on Barn Burner, so I can't.
Yep. Save it for the after party.
Real quick, fellas. Absurd. Who's next?
I'm done.
All right. Last thing for me, I think what was absurd is that our president, Donald Trump, did not want to leave the White House, does not want to leave the White House. Threatening to use the military. I mean, he even said before the election, I don't know if I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to leave without a fight, Dude, I think that's absurd, man. You did your time. Go play golf. That's what you love to do. You did that most of the time during the election, presidency.
Mm-hmm. Doing that now.
Go do that. You'll still have your Secret Service. You still have your bag of money. You're going out the door with over $500 million. Yeah. Man, get out of here. Yeah. Get evicted. They're gonna have a yellow tag on the front door of the White House messing with that.
They're gonna have the marshals out there in the White House.
Huh?
They're gonna have the marshals out there, when you file your mortgage.
Hope they have black marshals out there too, ready to evict them.
Hey, real fast before you end, can I just say one thing here for 2020?
Yes. Yeah. You can say your absurd thing.
Yeah, the Pentagon released UFO photos and no one said nothing.
Man,
that was part of the CARES Act, right? That was part of the last COVID thing. They had to release them, right?
But the fact that we just now talking about it at the end of the show.
Yep.
No one. We got UFOs, people. They out there. We ain't the only ones here.
They're coming out.
Yo, Will Smith found them in 1996, 95, whatever like that. Yo, they here. They've been here.
Wow. He dragged one across the damn desert.
Yeah, with his parachute, dragging it. That was real, people.
Yeah,
and he punched them with his bare fist.
Yes, he did. And knocked them out too. One hit or quit.
Big facts.
Independence Day. Yo, look out for July 4th. They here.
Yeah.
Very upset.
Ain't no wall gonna stop them. Ain't no wall gonna stop them.
Hey, another great show, fellas. Last show of the year. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, we are going to do an after show, so you're going to have to refresh the YouTube page. In about 2 minutes or so, we're going to have the new link up for the after party.
It's already up.
See that?
Created it.
Oh, okay, cool. So you'll see that, and give us about 2 minutes. We'll log on in there. We can curse and do whatever we want to do.
With no barn burner logo.
Yeah, no barn burner logo. So thank you for tuning into episode 10 of Jump Off Live. Be sure to follow us on social media by searching for Jump Off Live. And we will see you next week / next year. Peace and love.
Happy New Year, Barn Burner and Zingo. Appreciate y'all.